Okay, today we're going to show you the setup of the new CoPilot II on a T-Rex 450 helicopter. Some of the key components are the IRNet programmer, the IRNet router, and also our transmitter. You may have noticed that this system is totally wireless, and it's very simple and quick to set up. So to get started, we're going to answer a series of questions. The first question is to choose task. We'll scroll through, and we want quick setup. We will press enter. It now asks us to erase the old setup. We will press enter. It asks us, do we want to use the non-level flight modes? This is the 3D modes. For this setup, we're not going to set these, so we will select no and press enter. It now asks us the type of aircraft. We'll scroll through the helicopter and select enter. It asks us which way the sensor is mounted. The sensor is normally mounted back on the tail boom with the number 2 and 3 sensor windows facing forward, and this is the first choice that comes up. We will press enter. It now asks us if the sensor label is facing the sky. In this case it is, so we will press enter. It now asks us to center the cyclic on our transmitter, and we just check it centered, and we will press enter. It now asks us to move the elevator cyclic slowly back. Once we do that, we press enter to continue. Now it asks us to move the roll cyclic slowly left. This time I'll keep the camera on the IR programmer, and this will show you that when I move the stick left, you'll see the percentage increase. Once the percentage reaches 99%, it automatically saves that setting. We'll press enter to continue. That completes the sensor setup. Now we'll move into the flight mode setup. To continue, we'll press enter. It now asks us, do we want to set up the flight modes? We'll select yes and enter. It asks us, do we want to enable a remote on and off? We'll select yes and press enter. It asks us the modulation of the transmitter. In this case it is FM PPM, so we will select enter. Now it asks us to confirm the particular switch we're going to use. When I move the switch, you'll see the change on the programmer, and we select enter. It asks us what type of switch we're using. In this case we are using a two-way switch, so we will press enter. It now tells us that there's one flight mode and one off position. We will select enter. It asks us to move the switch to the off position. We will select enter. Now it asks us to move to flight position 1, and we press enter. Now it asks us to move the switch to change screens. It shows us that flight mode 1 is not assigned. We'll assign a flight mode. And we'll select level flight for this flight mode and select enter. That completes the flight mode setup. It completes the setup for the CoPilot II. You're now ready to go fly.